Hello, Thursday the 14th of August 2014. Couldn't remember the month for a moment then. Isn't that strange? Well, I've just been round to Ron's house, actually, and I wanted to show you this little picture here that I took outside the front of someone's garden. It's really pretty. Look what they've done. Just look how beautiful this is. They haven't got an awful lot of space here at all. But what they've she or he or they have managed to cram into such a small space rather is beautiful. It really is. Look at that. And that's the sort of thing I want to do in my vegetable patch next year when all the vegetables are finished. Just a tiny little space. It's good, isn't it? Very, very pretty indeed. I hope you don't mind me sharing that with you. Now, I've been watching this new programme on the telly, and for the life of me, I can't remember what the bloke's name was, but it was something like Judge Random or something like that. Now, I think what it is this bloke is trying to be Judge Judy. Now, we all love Judge Judy. Especially our American friends, we love Judge Judy. And this bloke, I think he's trying to be like her, but he's just way too camp. And he really is camp. And I don't know if I like it or not. I've only watched one of these programmes so far. Have you watched it? Judge, hang on, let me see if I can type it in. Was it ITV Judge? Let me see. ITV Judge. My internet's not working very well today. Don't know why that is. Oh, it's not coming up. There's nothing coming up. Oh, unable to connect to the internet. That's it. I'm cut off. Oh my God. That is the worst thing ever, isn't it? When the internet goes down there. Let's call it Judge Random. And I watched the first programme. I've a bit of a throat today. Hang on a minute. And it was this woman who was trying to get her money back from wedding photographs that she reckons weren't done properly. And actually, and the bloke said on the day he wasn't very well. But there were some photos there that he'd taken of her, and some of them were actually quite good. You know, and then she was saying, when they showed her the good ones, she was saying, oh, well, I didn't see that one. I'm thinking, did you do your own work, love, before you got the money? Anyway, the judge is very, very camp, and I'm not, as I say, I'm not sure that programme's going to do it for me or not. Has anyone else seen that? Judge Random or Ray, what's his name? Can't remember. Anyone else seen that here in the UK? Or indeed anyone else? What did you think? Do let us know. Send us a message, okay? Chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. A lovely night for the quiz on Tuesday. One of our regular players, her name is Helen. Oh, she's a lovely girl. Little Helen. But she's a bit dodgy after he's had a glass of red wine. Oh, she starts giggling and creating terrible things happening in that pub. There really is. That's the Mayflower every Tuesday night for my quiz night between 8 and 8:30 and 10:30. But poor Helen, she's moving to Norfolk. What are we going to do without our regular player, Helen? The place will not be as bright as it usually is, Helen. She's such a nice little bubbly girl, and I will miss you. What are you going to do in Turkey? Oh, in Norfolk. You're not starting to rear turkeys, are you? They don't look forward to Christmas, you know, turkeys. Oh no, Helen. Maybe you could open a vegetarian turkey shop. I'm not quite sure how that'll work, but I know, Helen, that you have the means and the brains to make it work. I want you to go to Norfolk and close down all those turkey farms. Release them into the wild. Turkeys flying all over the place in their wilderness and happiness that they are not going to have their throats slit. Please, Helen, save the turkeys. That's another thing you can do while you're down in Norfolk. Start up an organisation. Save the turkeys. You will be in charge of that. I think, quite honestly, I might fit in with the category of turkey. Do you think? Some emails then. Marge says, Katie is looking wonderful. Yes, she is. She is looking rather wonderful. I brush her every day, you know. She likes a brush. She does like a bit of a brush. Marge also says, and I'd like you, after you've heard this, to come back to me with any experiences, perhaps, that you've had when perhaps someone in your family or someone close has passed over and you've had experiences after that. Marge writes, and just in case you didn't know, Marge lost her mother the week before last, okay? Marge says, I'm agnostic. I'm more into science and science of mind. I'm grieving, so I feel that maybe I'm putting things into an area that they should not go. I wanted to share this 3 times now. I wanted to share that 3 times now I feel my mum has given me a sign. It could just be my imagination. Number 1. She went to a local phone company to help me set up on my phone. I had to sign in my name to be called in line to help me. Lady calls out, Marie, which is my mother's name. She didn't write Marie down, she wrote down Marge. Number 2. Went to my local vet, who has known me and my mother for years. He knows my name is Marge. He says, have a good day, Marie. Number 3. This morning, sad again with thoughts of my mum, so turned on the radio to listen to some nice music. On straight away comes this song by Paul Simon, Mother and Child Reunion. Marge says, could our loved ones contact us? What is that is left of us, scientifically, that is conscious enough to communicate, and how? I'm a questioner. I don't find comfort in religion anymore because I do not have faith. I have logic. I have seen a smoky image floating just to the left of my eyesight 2 days ago. Was this my mother? Or is my grief causing me illusions? These are not really questions to you, but to myself. If you'd like to talk about this or not, you can. And that's from Marge. When my mum died, Marge, I'm sitting in my little studio now, and I used to have, it was a photograph, just a photograph, not in a frame, that was taped up onto the wall. And on the day she died, sorry, not on the day she died, on the day I buried her, we finished the service, I came into this studio, and I was sitting there just for a while, and suddenly her picture just dropped off the wall in front of me. I think that signs are given by people when they've gone. They may well be signs. That's one of my signs. On another occasion, Marge, again, I just buried my father, and we was at Mum's house and she was doing the sandwiches and all that business, and I was sitting in Dad's chair and there were uncles and aunts all around me, and all of a sudden I felt what I thought was one of my uncles pushed down on my shoulders, you know, quite heavily pushed down. I turned around to see who it was, and there was no one there. So there are 2 of my experiences there that I believe were done by my parents to let me know they were still there. Yours may be exactly the same. And once again, if anyone else has got any thoughts on that one, please do send in your thoughts so I can read them out to Marge, okay? Email address, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, or of course you can do it on Facebook. Facebook username is Chris Reardon UK. Finally today, can I just have another little bit of tea, dear? 1 minute. Finally today, Millie says, I've just finished watching the show about what you said with Robbie Williams and depression. She says, as someone who takes medication for depression myself, there are some things I would like to add. While I don't doubt for a minute that Mr. Williams had given and given until he had nothing left, I also hasten to add that for some, such as myself, and indeed Mr. Williams, depression is an illness that can be a silent killer because people are so quick to judge. You only have to read some of the comments that others have made out of ignorance to know what I mean. I'm one of the lucky ones, in that I'm able to manage mine with medication. It is something I will manage for the rest of my life. However, for others, treatment just does not work, and eventually the pain becomes too much. And they see no other way out than to take their own life. I believe that's what happened to Robin Williams' case, as he had been seeking help for depression for quite a while. The stigma that surrounds depression and other mental illnesses will never go away as long as there are people who sit in judgment of those who attempt suicide, as some have done since the news broke of Robin Williams' death. Thank you, Millie. And I have indeed seen some really nasty Twitter. Now, I don't really do Twitter. What I've seen is reports in a couple of the newspapers about some people that have put some really nasty Twitter comments about Robin Williams' death. I wonder what it is that makes people want to do that. They're just horrible, horrible people. They really are, don't you think? Anyway, that's all for today. If you've got any experiences like that, perhaps what you might call supernatural experiences, then I'd love to know about them. Okay? Once again, do let me know. Chris at United Kingdom Talk.co.uk. Have a nice day.